Hello and welcome to the PM Show, your monthly roundup of what's new and going on in the modelling world. Good morning, Mr. Matt. How are we doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Yes, all the better for being here doing this.
Yes, back to it, and we've got some good stuff this week. Things are happening in the modelling world at last.
Yes, it's that time of year, isn't it? Where the releases are going to start coming out, so that's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got a lot to get through. This show.
Definitely. So how's things first of all going over at the PM store? We doing all right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yes. Lots of happening things coming in and goings, but yeah, no, all good. So can't complain at the minute.
No. Luckily there's a bit of restock and a little bit of movement going around as well, which is quite nice. So as I say, we did struggle getting in stocks over the last few months, we will be honest. But that's not so much us, that's down to suppliers not having a lot of it or not having quantities of it. So when it comes in, it goes straight out, and it's like a bit annoying when people are asking for it, we can't do anything about it. So
yeah, I think things are starting to get a bit more back to normal. So thankfully, we're getting stocks coming in and out. So yeah, all good. Pens are still selling well, the old AK pens. Obviously, leveling thinners and everything is coming and going as usual, the usual sellers. So yeah, no, can't complain at all.
Very, very nice. Right, okay, so we've got quite a bit to get through. So first of all, we'll talk about what you've got next to you.
Yes.
Which I think is this one.
It is. The old Tamiya F-35C. So now I've got the full family of them from Tamiya in 48 scale. This came in, this had been released, and to be fair, Hobby Co, I think allocation, usual thing with them, it was in and out. So ours are in at the minute. One of these is going to get sent to Phil. It's probably this one here I've got, so we can have a look at a review. I like reflecting off it.
Yeah.
And again, it's the chunky one.
It is. It's the big one. So obviously for the uninitiated out there, the differences between, we have the A, B and the C versions. The A, as we call it in the UK, the Battle Penguin. Oh, actually ours is the B, the Battle Penguin. But the A is the standard version, land-based, you name it, it does it, all singing, dancing. The B is obviously, think of it like the Harrier. So obviously that's the one with vertical capabilities. So short takeoff, vertical landing. And then obviously this one, which is the one we've been waiting on, which to be honest is the one I would build. Is the C. So this is the carrier-borne version. And again, it's one of those things, when you see them individually, they all look the same. Literally look the same. But the C is a lot bigger. It's bigger wing onto it. It's big, it's chunky, it's beefy. Yeah, it's the fat one out of the group. And being a carrier, it's just a lot more chunky. Obviously, it's got twin nose wheel. It's got wing fold capabilities because it's got bigger wings and all the rest of it. So, from my point of view, I think it's just a great looking aircraft all the way through. And also what's nice with it, and I did want to point it out on here, I know you can just about see it on the screen with the glare, but the decals now, for once, the manufacturers aren't doing that high contrast decal business, because the ram tape, which they stick all these joints down with, now is technically the same color as the body. If you look at them now from above, you don't have it. And it was the one thing that used to annoy me back in the day, where it had these high contrast color changes, and that everybody was sort of guilty of them. But again, it's one of those ones. We did see this kit briefly at Telford, didn't we?
Yes.
I think they had it on display there. So I actually got my little mitts on this one and had a look over the kit and everything at the Tamiya stand. And again, it is a really nice kit. And I know we all make jokes about the F-35 saying it's boring because it's grey and there's no lumpy, bumpy bits and all over it. As you can see in that picture down below, it's actually got quite a lot going for it. The actual engine detail, the wheel well details, the weapons bay details. And I know most of them are underneath, so you might want to display it on a mirror. But it has got some nice engineering and tooling and things like that with this one. So, yeah, I think it's actually going to be a really nice kit. And again, it's one of those ones, it's Tamiya, it's going to go together really nice, which is handy when you're dealing with an aircraft with very nice fine surfaces. It's not like you can hide it in a panel line, because it doesn't have them. So they've done a really nice job on this particular one. I must admit, I'm probably going to build it. I think if I'm going to have to do an F-35, this will be the one, But having built the smaller ones from Hasegawa, which is a great little kit in 72nd, that one. It's a beautiful little kit. This one looks to be just as nice as well. So,
I would say it's a bit of an upgrade from the old Kitty Hawk version as well, isn't it? Let's be fair.
Yeah. Again, if you're looking at the Kitty Hawk versions, then these are on a different level altogether. So I know what you mean by that particular one. So yes, very, very nice indeed. So anyway,
one of them, and then you've got a little selection of what you've been reviewing over the past.
A smorgasbord of what I've been reviewing over the last few weeks or over the last month. Yeah. So obviously the Apache, not mass fan of it, if I'm honest. I think they've really missed a beat on this one. Like, as we all know, the Apache is lumpy, bumpy, think armor. They've decided to go recessed details all the way through. So unfortunately, it's a little bit of a letdown for me on that particular one, especially because I really would like to do an early Apache. This is the one that kicked it all off sort of back in the 80s. So, it would have been nice, but unfortunately, they sort of dropped the ball a little bit on that one. Then next up, we got the Lysander. So again, it's one of those things. I've got a love-hate relationship with Airfix about it, but recently the kit releases they're bringing out have been absolutely fantastic. And okay, this one is a little bit of a British baby, if you like. It's one of those aircraft we all sort of know as kids through comic books and the stories of the SOE in World War II. So literally, I was hoping that it might be the black version, the night version with a ladder on the side and all the rest of it, because they do this thing about they'll give you a different version. We have got the sort of light attack version down in here. But again, it's a Lysander. We've been harking on about having a new tooled, nice Lysander for absolute years. And I'm sure when they do that thing about what would you like to see next, it would have been on many a person's list, this particular one. Wasn't expecting it, so when it dropped last year, it was like, wow. Great, good aircraft. The kit itself is really, really nice. It's beautifully done. It's got great textures right the way over it. You are going to need a mask set. Just saying.
100%. Yes.
So, yes. And there are mask sets available now. I have noticed those filtering through.
Yeah,
so,
definitely. I like the touch of they've got pilots in it.
Beautiful, yeah. My only sort of thing was when I did the review of it, I've taken some close-up shots. Because of the scale, I know they're limited, but it's the same pilot. It's his twin.
Oh, the heads are the same.
So the heads are the same. So it's a twin crew.
Okay, well, fair enough.
So you're going to have to go from that. But it's just that the funny thing is that I'm sure once it's painted up and looks great, but I'm looking at it just neat plastic. Yeah. It just looks a little bit soft. And not many features and all the rest of it. But I'm sure once you've got it painted and done and all the rest of it, it is. But Matt's quite correctly saying, because it's so much glass on there, it's great to have a pilot in it because you can see him.
Yeah.
It's not, and it's very much an iconic thing with it and all the rest of it. But say you have got the gunner's position at the back with all the equipment. You've got fully detailed interior into all of this as well, right the way through. And I know the aftermarket boys have been on this because apparently there's an engine available for it as well now, isn't it? Nice 3D printed engine.
Yeah.
So you can go down that route with it. And you've got nice options in this as well. So you've got the bomb system down on the fuselage as well and on the sort of on the gear. And you can have these covered or uncovered. There's lots of different options you can do with this particular kit. But we are going to see the SOE version, I am told, on the next release. So the re-release of this will be the black one with a ladder. I'm hoping we get the agent crawling up the ladder.
I am as well, the agent that's climbing in.
Going for it. If they don't put that in and have a guy doing this, they're going to miss it. Or a lady, because obviously there's lots of ladies.
Yeah, yes. Or the briefcasey thing.
Yeah, that's it, with a briefcase, wearing a beret and a trench coat.
It's got to be done, isn't it? It'll be such a disappointment if they don't do that.
If they don't do that, they've missed it completely. I'll tell you what would be really nice if it was a female SOE officer.
Yeah.
That would be even better if they put a female figure in with it. I think that would be absolutely fantastic for it.
Yeah.
But iconic aircraft, and it is a great kit. So big thumbs up to Airfix on that particular one. The other one down in here we've got is the van. They call it a van, although it's been pointed out to me a lot since I did the review of it. Technically, it's the Caravelle because it's got seats in it.
Has it?
Yeah, because it's got seats all the way through. You don't have to put them in, of course, but it has got 2 rows of seats in the back of that.
I wonder if that's just an offshoot from the actual little minibus version, if you want, because that is a T2 van to me, because why would you have seats in a van? And
no windows.
How many of them I've worked on the past? Do you know what I mean? There's not many with... with a row of seats in the back without the windows, but there you go.
Yes.
But anyway, it's a Type 2 Volkswagen
Yeah,
Bam.
it is.
So
You get a 3D printed little badge for it as well, and it does come with a plastic one in the kit as well. And again, it's a great little kit. Some really, really nice touches with it, and it's just a really good, solid kit all the way through. They're doing 3 versions. They're doing an early and a later version, and they are doing the proper minibus version with all the windows.
Yeah.
With the old flower power been done all over it and all the rest of it.
We were just saying about a crew cab one, weren't we? Or the pickup version.
Have the pickup
version, if it's a single or a crew cab version. But you said I don't think they could do it without remoulding the old body, was it? I don't know. So
that's it.
You just never know. I mean, it's iconic, isn't it? It's an iconic VW van, apart from the split screen.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
The bay window one, they were so common, unreal. So everybody had them everywhere around the world, pretty much. So
I was going to say they were a complete worldwide.
And the decal options as well are really good. You know, with the Marlboro version in there, obviously the one that's on the box art, and then there's a couple more in there. You can, you could do a factory fresh one, or do a bit of googling, and you can see rusting and usual Volkswagen at the minute. A bit derelict. You know, you could get to town with it really. So I might tackle that. To be fair,
Yeah, definitely. But again, it's one of those ones I think that, it's something a little bit different. It's nice to see some civilian stuff. Yeah. And so, absolutely love it and go along with a lot of their other stuff they're doing. Speaking of Volkswagen, obviously we've got the Kubelwagen.
Oh, yeah,
it's the granddaddy.
The granddaddy of everything, really, isn't it? The original.
That's it.
Or one of the original.
That's it. So, again, Meng's had a stab at this time. So this is the Mark 82. It's typical Meng. It's just really nice, good, clean, solid, crisp. The only thing I don't like about it is the plastic it's moulded in is very, very light grey, almost cream. Doesn't do it any favours on the sprue. It's just one of those things as a reviewer when you're looking at it. Just doesn't film very nicely. You can't see the details very nice. It's quite shiny plastic. So it would be nice if it was in a deeper sort of grey colour. But anyway, it details right the way through, and you get a couple of Mauser rifles with it as well.
Oh, okay.
You get obviously all your spades and shovels, your jerry cans, and obviously you can have it roof semi up or down or not bothered at all. So you've got all the different versions on the roof on the back of it. And the tyres are rubber, and they're very, very nice as well and nicely done. There isn't the wall detail. They haven't gone for that, but it has got that sort of central sort of herringbone tread,
because
just in the middle, the sides of it. Don't know, it's because it's got the sand tyres on it. Yeah, so it has got the correct tyres. But I did notice on the picture up here, there's a little bit of detail on the sidewalls. They don't have them, but again, that's just a little picky thing on my part. But
I'm not being for the aftermarket people who go over that with like def models and stuff for an after, because there's 2 flavours. There's the Eastern Front one and obviously the African one, which you see there. So you obviously get the different wheels with the different versions and that. But again, the thing with this is the price point. UK price is literally retailing at $14.99. Which
definitely.
Again, for a new kit, we've been on about pricing the kits. How they're going up and up and up and up. And I think even the importer questioned, is that the right price? Because I'm thinking 25, 30 quid. I know it's not very big and stuff, but it's a new kit.
But you've still got, it's a box full. And I think it's 4 sprues.
Yeah.
So it's not, and as I say, you get an engine, the exhausts,
And again, because I think the benchmark for Kubelwagens has probably been the Tamiya one, which they redone a good few years ago, and it's still a fantastic kit. So, like I say, Meng stab at it as well is probably welcome. Like I say, and again, like I say, with the price point of it, you can't really go wrong. So
no, it is. It's one of those kits. I think it's just an all-rounder, really nice, good, solid kit. As you say, a cheap price, because I know you bought this one from a certain online store.
I did.
From China.
I did.
How much you pay for it?
That tenner, I think, or whatever. It was one of them offers. I didn't pay a lot for it.
But again, it's one of those. Actually, it's not bad that it's in the UK now for not much more. It's not we've seen some ridiculous things coming in from Timo and Chinese sites as well, where it's been literally less than half price to get it from abroad. So at least this one's still in the ballpark.
It's not far off retail from probably what I paid for it at the time. But interesting
Very nice. Yeah. So anyway, you get all the reviews. You can see down below. We've got them all over there if you want to go off and see, and I'll link them down below as well. So if you want to see that, you can do. Sorry about the grinding noise. That's the puppy eating a bone. Can you hear that?
I can hear that clearly, yeah. in the background, but there you go.
Let me just push the door too. Because she's outside the door. Right. So, apologies for that. She's doing it on the door frame. Got the door open. She's doing it on that.
Now she's doing the skirting.
Yeah. She's done that already. Top of the stairs is a nice little chunk out of it. So, never mind. Anyway, other new things that are going on at the moment. We've got the Kotare BF 109K4.
Yes, future release from Kotare, from something different from the Spitfire.
Yes, we've moved away from the Spitfire plan, but say second quarter, so think March onwards on that particular one. So, but again, you've got some free exhausts coming in with this one. But yeah, I think, generally it's quite nice to move away from a Spitfire. As I say, it's that thing. But generally, the internal details in here look absolutely beautiful. If the plastic turns out like this, we'll be very, very nice with that one. So yeah, Kotare Spitfire. If you're into, 109s. But what's funny is it seems to, are they going to go from, because obviously what was the last form of the 109s? Was it the K6?
K is the last one, yeah.
K is the last one. So they're going to go the other way, are they? Because we've gone for Spitfires from early doors.
GFs and E's, are they going to go
Yes, and then we're going to work for them. We're going to go the other way. So when the two will meet in the middle around about the Mark 5s.
Yeah, I don't know. We're on a Mark 5 now, aren't we? So I don't know. I don't know. But again, for Kotare, it's a newish company, shall we say.
Yeah, yeah.
And so with Kotare being a new company, then I can see why they're doing what they're doing with the releases, as in the Spitfires and the 109s. Bread and butter stuff for a up-and-coming company, just to build a platform for then, obviously, future releases. So good stuff from them, absolutely.
Yeah, no, very, very nice. And as I say, there'll be those kits, full well, being Kotare, looking at the Spitfire, it's going to go together really, really nicely. So, yeah, good job. We're looking forward to seeing that one. The other one is the border models, HE111. Now, this is one of the shows we did a long time ago about it.
And then we brought up in the last show we did, the first one of the year, we were just mentioning how, because normally the Chinese companies, you don't have a long wait. With Border, they have been, chucking them out, really, haven't they? The kits, the 135th aircraft and their armour stuff. And this one's had a delay because we mentioned this at the beginning of last year, was it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And we were thinking, back end of the year, 2024, we might see it. But obviously, delays, whatever's gone off. Mm-hmm. But again, it's now back. It's up on Facebook. I think somebody's actually building it as a test build.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign that it's going to be, available at some point this year, all being well.
Yes. Yeah. Because I saw the thing about it, was it last week, the week before, they were saying that it's still on track and they've got the test shots done now. The test shots have gone off, they're being built and all the rest of it. So hopefully it won't be too long till we see it. And again, I still maintain, as I say, border models, what's really, really nice about it is obviously, we had the thing about the Lancaster, which was the wingnut wings kit and all the rest of it. What's really nice, and I have to say, this surpasses, from what I can see here, the detail on the Lancaster on this, the canning work that's done. And I know this has had a lot of criticism with it, but apparently it's correct. It is correct, because there's been a lot of people saying about, it wasn't like this and all the rest of these are done from museums, but the metal was that thin on it that they used to can. For speed. It's a speedy little number, this, don't forget. Yeah. But again, it's lightweight, very thin wings, and apparently they used to can like crazy. So it is correct. So, go for it. I think it looks fantastic. From a modelling point of view, I think it's great. It's just that extra level of detail.
I was about to say with that, you've got to think from an aircraft, normally they're very smooth, aren't they, when you get them, as in a model kit. There's not a lot of texture there. Which actually, if you do look at a real aircraft, there's quite a bit of texture on them. Do you know what I mean? Especially the older stuff with the canning and the rivets and everything else, how they were put together. And it's nice that they've actually tried to be authentic and do it. If it's a bit exaggerated, that's fine, because you wait till you put your paint on and all your other details and your washers and your weathering, it will make it pop. It will look really, really nice. So it's one of them that I wouldn't criticise it yet. One, until you've actually seen it in the flesh, and one until you've seen one built. And then just look at it, because don't forget, it's something I've been tinkering with again over the course of the last few weeks, is exaggerating again, contrast and all that sort of stuff. because you've got to bear in mind the scale of something, haven't you? It's not one-to-one scale, you know, it's 1/35 or whatever scale you're working, 1/48. So you really need to make it pop when you're looking at it from a normal viewing distance.
I call it pantomime makeup. You know, it's that thing where people say it, but it's so people in the back of the auditorium can see you. So they exaggerate all the features, and that's all you're doing with the smaller scale stuff as well, to make the details pop, you know?
Yeah.
I know from a personal point of view, people often talk about weathering washes being used for panel line washes.
Yeah.
And, you know, you get the people out say, oh, they don't have them, it's nothing like it. In a lot of ways, you're totally correct. You're right, they don't have it, but it's a way of exaggerating and bringing out that detail, you know, that you can't see. When you're stood at something that's literally this big, you know, that's 30 centimeters long. If you're looking at it from 3 or 4 feet away, you're not going to see the details unless it's got a wash on it to make them pop. So I'm all up for it. I think it's great.
I mean, you could take any kit. I mean, you could even take this. If you just do it the standard, properly colour it should be, to the letter, you're going to have a very flat, boring model.
Yeah, definitely.
Aren't you?
Yeah.
It'll be correct, probably colour-wise and stuff. And obviously, we could go through this for a different show because it's a PM show, but colour theory and all that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll cover this. But again, you need to exaggerate stuff to just make it look presentable in the scale, don't you? So
yeah, no, definitely do. Okay, another one, which is a little bit of a cracker. This one is obviously this is Revell's new Meteor, which again I saw bits of it at Telford. But as I say, it, you know, we've got the 3D renderings here with all the riveting detail on and everything else like that. I think this is going to be another really, really nice kit. Again, the Meteor, it's the right version as far as I'm concerned, and all the rest of it. So I just think it's a really nicely done. And again, we've been often, you know, not be funny, bashing Revell.
Very critical of Revell.
Very critical of Revell over the last. Yeah. I think they completely lost it. But hopefully we're bouncing back now with this, because if it comes out like the CAD's looking and all the rest of it, I know Revell, and it's one of those, I'll wait till I've got it in my hand before I'll proper pass judgment on it. But I think, again, if it comes out half as good as what the CAD's looking, I think we're going to be there. Because the great thing with Revell, fingers crossed to all this, it's not going to break the bank. It's not going to be, you know, 100 odd quid kit. It should be a nice price and everything with the right level of detail. And like I've said with Revell for many, many years, you can use them as a start platform. There's plenty of aftermarket that will come down the line for it to add details to it. But again, hopefully we're going to come out with something very nice. I'm hoping that a Polish company is going to tool it and do it or something. So it turns out like we've seen their sci-fi stuff, like the Mandalorian stuff, because those kits have been absolutely fantastic and really, really nice. So I'm still hopeful it's not going to go back to that horrible soapy molded plastic and flash and sink marks. But, you know, as I say, hopefully we turned a little bit of a corner on this one.
We'll judge it when it's out. But again, from Revell, like I say, who definitely lost it a little bit, shall we say, to be polite to him. Again, I think this was at Bolton show as well. Whoever went to Bolton might have seen it. I think this collared Nathan, the guy who used to work for Airfix, who works for him now, can't remember his name, sorry, it's gone, but he collared Nathan, and I think he's fully on board with actually getting him up a level again, you know. Because they were, you know, back, I don't know what, say 10, 20 years ago, they were really churning out some really nice kits. Like I say, a bit basic, but great for upgrading and a good price. And hopefully they'll go back to that, you know, or even reach where Airfix are trying to go with their releases at the minute. It'll be great. So, and again, like I say, they binned the other version off, didn't they? They were doing the F1 and actually doing a proper Meteor, really, if you want to call it that. Yeah,
that's what I call it, the better version. That's
the one people knowing it, the F8. So that's brilliant. So fair play to them, and we're behind them with that. So
fully. Can't wait to get my hands on that kit. It'll be one that I'd like to build as well. So definitely. So the other one is the Strike Master from KP. So again, I know there's a lot have been said about KP, about where they're getting some of their molds from and various tooling, but
that is a fly kit. So they've reboxed the fly kit, which is the original Strike Master come Jet Provost.
Yes.
But they've done it with some 3D upgraded parts and mass sets, so they're doing the high-tech version. So I presume it's a bit of an Eduard thing where they're taking other people's moulds and doing their own thing with them. But actually,
again, I was going to say, nice to see a Strike Master. Because who does Strike Masters?
Matchbot.
There
an
you go.
Airfix back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah.
And that it was though, weren't it?
Yeah,
and that was it, because you used to get was it the Omani one on the
I think it
Matchbox
was.
one?
Yeah,
And
I
then
think it was. Yeah.
like the New Zealand one was the Airfix, if I remember rightly. But anyway, a 48th one. This is something I thought Airfix would have tackled, because they've got their little 7-second jet Provost, which is a brilliant little kit. Actually, it's a really nice little kit. I thought they might have done a 48th one, because again, very very common over here for training. Were they not?
Yeah, definitely.
But with the upgrades on this kit, with the fly kit, again, it's going to be limited run, so you know what you're going to get. You're going to have to be careful with test fitting and before you commit into glue and stuff. But again, it's cool aircraft, to be honest, the Strike Master.
It is the Strike Master. Obviously, there's a lot around the air show circuit flying as well, so very much. And it's nice to see it in Kiwi markings.
Yes. 100%.
So did they go these Skyhawks, and that was it then, wasn't it? The Herc fleet, I think that's all they've got now. So again, it looks like this is their, as you say, they're calling it the high-tech limited edition. So I'm assuming this is what they're going to be doing, the sort of, the Eduard thing.
Yeah.
But again, it's really nice to see a Strike Master with the extra bits in there. I'm not sure what a PUR part is. A PUR part. Mast set, 3D printed parts, and
that's
PUR
resin.
part.
Resin.
Is that resin? Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the original fly kit had resin.
Right, so it's probably got those bits carried forward. Got you.
Yeah.
No,
polyurethane
very nice.
resin, is it? Polyurethane?
Polyurethane resins. Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, I'm guessing. I'm sure somebody will correct us in the comments down below.
Yes, the comments will get that clearly. But yeah, no, it looks very, very nice. And I say marking options for this one. You have got the British one if you want to do it. You've got the Kiwi one.
And the Omani one.
The Omani one. So yeah, so you've got all the 3 different types down in there in the very cool schemes as well. So that's a very, very nice kit. Something completely different.
This is just one we've seen when we were browsing to do our research, and Micro never, ever, ever fail to not let us down with the catch the pigeon,
the
type.
Wacky Races type, catch the pigeon.
And French.
Why is it the French stuff all looks like this?
Ahead of the time, I think.
Is that what it was?
French aviation was ahead of its time in design and technology. I have no idea.
It's like some post-apocalyptic, plane that's...
somebody's chucked together, in it.
That's it.
Yeah, it's Rise of the Phoenix film, isn't it?
It is definitely Rise of the Phoenix job, yeah, definitely.
I'm not going to butcher the French pronunciation of how you do it, so we'll call it a DB10.
We'll call it a DB10, yeah.
Because, I'm not butchering the French name, but... you can't deny it's not interesting, though.
It's definitely interesting, yeah.
As a subject,
especially,
yeah.
Just from its style and the way it is, and it's the big old engines out the front. I think if you painted this up with sort of nice bright engines on it, almost. I know it's a night bomber, so probably wouldn't, but I think it would stand out. What makes me laugh though is the cabin area at the top.
It's just like plonked on afterthought.
It is.
You think
pilots. It's almost like the designer's gone, that's it. We've got engines, we've got the gunners, in properly, and they've gone, where are we going to put the pilots?
Yeah.
Oh God. Well, we can't. Yeah. So I don't know. Well, we can't put him low because otherwise he can't see past the gunner who's nicely covered. So we'll stick him up on a basket almost outside.
Yeah.
So
just in a gondola stuck on the top.
Just in a gondola. Yeah. It looks like it should have been hanging off the bottom.
But surely the view for landing that must be horrendous.
Well, yes.
Yes.
And also, my point is, let's assume the pilot's at the front. Maybe the pilot is behind, right?
It could be.
But the navigator for a night bomber, probably, let's face it, he's going to need to see landmarks as he's going through his timings and things.
The other way around. Yeah, I get that.
So he could be, but still, he's not going to see much from there, is he? Because he's got big wings each side of him to try and see.
Yeah. He's got his glow-in-the-dark map.
Yeah, he's going to need it, isn't he, to see where he's going. But yeah, definitely something a little bit weird. So we thought we'd include that this week because it's just, brilliant.
It's one for our Nigel.
It's different. We like different.
Our Nigel off the site likes his French bombers.
He does.
Doesn't there's one for you, mate.
That's definitely for you, Nigel, for that one. You'd be good with that.
But to be honest with you, I'll have a dig for the next show. There's something else that they're doing that I did notice. Another wacky French design. I think it's French, or it could be actually a Russian, Soviet Union. I don't know, but I'll dig it out anyway. But again, Mike Mir, just why not? Absolutely.
Yeah,
Who thought in our lifetime would see that released as an injection molded kit?
Molded kit. Yeah, definitely. It's a mainstream. Definitely.
Yeah, madness.
Next up, we got something which we've been waiting for ages, it would feel like.
Yes.
At last, we've got the Royal Class 48 scale P40E. It's the Warhawk.
Yeah, we've had our pre-ordering and it's gone out to everybody. Again, it's Eduard, it's a P40, isn't it? And we were going through the decal options for this one, and obviously there's only one worth doing, to be fair. And that's that one. That's it.
That's it. That's
RAF Desert with teeth.
Teeth, yeah. Put the shark's face on it, and you're good to go. But to be honest with you, it is, it's a lovely, lovely kit. I've seen this at a couple of the shows on sprues and things, and it does look very, very nice. The riveting detail onto it is second to none. It's what you would expect of a Royal Class, Eduard kit and all the way through. And it's a lovely P40. And as we all agree now that it's the best looking fighter of World War II.
Oh, by a country mile.
Easy.
There's
because
no
it's
comparison,
got teeth on it. There is no comparison to it.
So let's get this into perspective. We're not saying the best.
No, we're just saying the best looking.
The coolest looking is
the coolest looking. Yeah, definitely.
So when the other boxing comes out, because now the Royal Class is out, you know what Eduard are like. They will be. So I'll get one in for filter review because there's not much point in wrecking a Royal Class at the price.
No. I'll just do a normal one.
We'll just get a normal one in. I think there's some dual combo boxings coming, and then obviously down the line you'll get your weekends and everything and in between with Eduard. So Phil will be doing a review of that as soon as really. But it's a P40. That's it.
It's very nice. Yes, I'm glad they've done it. I'm very, very happy they've done that one.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Andy's hubby headquarters. I don't think I can get a bigger picture. Can I get a bigger picture? No, we're just on a rollover. But anyway, this is the M3A1 half track with figure, I should say. Looks really, really nice. Very, very nice. It's 1/16th, so they're following their standard one. To be honest, if I was going to build a 1/16th piece of armor-esque, this would be it, because I am a fan of half track. I think it looks cool, and to be honest, that's a nice version as well.
I like the US half tracks, to be honest, but I'd be with you. I'd be doing either a Hanomag, an old proper German half track, or one of those. I think it's probably big enough.
Yes,
we're not doing a full tank. I mean, I've seen Kev did the 251, I think he was doing.
Yes.
He finished it, and again, it's stunning. To be honest, he's done a fantastic job in the scale. Not really my scale 1/16th, but again, it's gained traction, isn't it?
Definitely.
A lot of releases, a lot of I think, like I say, the 1/35th market getting a bit saturated with stuff, so move up to 16th scale now and start from there. Yes. But they're really really nice kits. So.
No, I must admit, it's one of those ones where I'm not massively into armour and things, let's face it, but actually I think, a nice half track. It's quite nice. And I do like it with the 50 cal on the back, and like the little 30 on the back. I'm sorry, the 50 on the front, 30 on the back and things like that. I think it's just a nice little combo with that one. But some of the details, like you can see with the doors, with the armoured up and armoured down, things like that, steps up, step down, things like that, I think are just nice little touches.
You do know they ordered the M16 one with the
quad.
With the quad, that's a bit of kit in it. That is a proper bit of kit.
That's a proper bit of kit. I'll have to have a word with him, and if he's going to bring that one out, I might wait. Do a quad on it. But the quad system's a model on its own in 1/16th, you would have thought,
Yeah. But do you know something as well? I don't think the price for them is that bad. I think the price point on these 1/16th kits is actually very reasonable for what you're getting.
Yeah, so in the UK money, looking at theirs now, they've got a little bit of an offer on. Obviously, this is direct from Andy Hobby Headquarters we're looking at here. But they're saying $120. So what's that? Just over 90 quid?
Depending on what the exchange rate is at the time. Yeah, probably. Yeah. So you're normally looking at about 100 quid-ish, give or take. Which, again, I don't think, we're on about pricing all the time and stuff like that. But you are getting a lot for your money. It's not going to be something you can chuck together in a weekend, that is it?
No, it's a proper full-on bill.
So your thing is bang for buck and all that, you're going to get your money's worth.
Yes, definitely. So, one of those bigger kits.
Yeah.
Back to small kits. IBG obviously doing a series of Spitfires.
Yes.
And they're calling this the Mark 1, beginning of the saga.
Yes, so they're going to probably do the full run.
The full run of them in teeny tiny scale. And knowing IBG, because they're really good at the smaller stuff, that's their little corner, it should be very, very nice little kit, that.
I say their little 190s they did, the Doras, were brilliant. Because you were surprised actually when you reviewed one of how
I wasn't expecting it to be how nice it really was. Yeah.
Panel lining and stuff. So the Spitfires are going to be exquisite, to be honest. So if you're into your tiny early Spitfires, because they're doing a PR1 and all different versions, it's probably going to be the one to go for, to be honest.
Yes.
I'll now stick my neck out now and say that before it's even seen it. Just going off previous form. So hopefully they're sticking with the IBG and they're not going down the armour route of it started off brilliant and then it's gone a bit sideways. I hope they come back on track as well. But I think with IBG, I think it'll be absolutely fine. So again, as soon as they're available, we've got one to Phil. He can get his mitts on it and do a review.
Definitely. And who else has got the music from the Battle of Britain going through their head now?
Not me.
Is the angle. Anyway. Right. Okay. So next up, we've got the new Gecko Land Rover, which this breaks my heart, as we were talking about earlier, me and Matt, because I owned one of these. I just like to point out, I sold it in around about 90... When did I sell it? It's around about 99, 98, 99. If you did buy it off of me from Montacute in Somerset, you were that person, I'd like to buy it back.
Oh, God. Yeah,
at the same price I sold it to you for would be even better. So, but yeah, when the children arrived, it was a case of it had to go. But I'd love to have it back again. But yeah, I think this is an 86-inch version, as we sort of commonly know them in the trade. So you get the 80, the 86 and the 88 Mark 1s. And sort of Series 1 Land Rovers. And yeah, very fond memories of it, bless it. But this looks particularly nice. I might actually build it in homage to mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. Because I actually fancy a go at that. For some reason, I've never really been a fan of Land Rovers. And I don't know, the last few months I've got a real urge to own one. I don't know why at all, because I've never been a fan of them. And but yeah, I think it's again, it's a brilliant subject, especially Gecko for me do interesting releases. It's not mainstream. They do proper stuff, but you wouldn't think would be mainstream injection molded. Yeah, and they do a lot of British stuff, to be fair, as well. They've really gone and embraced the British product.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah.
And they're doing a bit of a Vietnam War series at the minute as well. So some really cool stuff they've done with that as well. So definitely worth checking out. And it's one of them brands I've never built a Gecko kit.
Nor have I. No.
And I do like the subjects, which is weird. So again, I'm gonna mark it down on my little must do a Gecko kit and a Ryefield kit at some point, because I've never built a Ryefield either. So I'll go and see my mate Gary and see what I can get out of him. So I know you're going to watch this later, Gary. Hit me up, mate.
Yeah, Gary. I want one, Gary. Just saying.
But yeah, if you want him, Gary's got them at Tiger Robbie's. So they are in. You can get them from him if you want one, and we'll probably get a few in as well for PM. I think, because it's a Land Rover, isn't it? It's an icon of Britishness.
Yes, full Britishness. It's fine. Right, next up we've got this is the Great War Hobbies Hercules, which I can't work this one out, so I need some help from you guys at home. Now, I know the Hercs a little bit, and I always thought the H had the standard props, because the UK, we had the H and the K, I do believe, versions of them, and obviously then we had the J's, got rid of the J's, and now we're obviously on the A400s. But I never knew that the H had the upgraded props to the 6 spinny ones on here. So I thought, like me and Matt, we've discussed this before the show, thought perhaps this is a bit of an error. But the trouble is, when you scroll down to the actual sprues, it's got them on the sprues as well.
Perhaps it's a late H.
Perhaps it is, yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea. So we need people to comment because, like I say, we were thinking it'd just be the 4 prop.
So it's got the 8-bladed prop. I always thought it had the 4-bladed big paddle props, but no, apparently not. But yes, but anyway, it is an H, so perhaps it's a late H and all the rest of it. I'd preferred it if it had the standard 4 props onto it right the way through. But yeah, again, it's really nice to see this one. Sensible scale, clearly, being 144.
Yeah, definitely.
And
so yeah. Well.
And it's Great Wall, so chances are it's going to be nice. Obviously, we just got these ones down in here of it, but it does look to be very nice right the way through. You know, the breakdown of the kit, if you did want to stretch it, you have to send it to Marshall's to get it stretched.
Yeah. Is that a mask set with it?
Where are we looking? Masking stickers. Yes, it is. Get a mask set with it.
I'll tell you what, this is becoming a bit of a...
Common now, yeah.
Common with manufacturers to chuck in a mask set, which we've been on about for a long time, haven't we? You know,
yeah.
Seem to be, you know, Trumpeter are doing it and Hobby Boss and all them with their new releases, aren't they? And I wonder if Great Wall are as well now. So this has as well, hasn't it? Has this got something in it?
What, that one?
I don't know actually.
They always have a mask set in them, the Tamiya ones, but you have to cut them yourself.
You have to cut them, don't you? They're not die,
they're not die cut. Yeah, you cut them yourself.
You'd think Tamiya would actually, you know, cut them for you, wouldn't you? Of all the manufacturers, but at least they are adding them in there. But yeah, it's nice to see because it should just be standard issue now with any aircraft kit is a mask set to me. But
yeah. But anyway, it does say on here, look, 8 props. So perhaps they upgraded them.
Must be
the 8 prop.
Yeah.
Perhaps they did then, the H's with the 8 prop. I thought it was just the J's that had them, but there you go. Anyway,
just knowing,
really nice.
I was going to say, knowing Great Wall anyway, there will be other versions. So I bet you will get the paddle prop one. Yeah. Because they've done how many versions of B-52 and a couple of versions of the Victors in 1144 from whatever they can get out of it. And I think even the Vulcan, there's a couple of them, you know. So I would have thought there will be a bit of mileage in that being the subject matter.
Because also the thing is, if you... Oh, no, sorry, I pressed the wrong thing. Sorry, scale mates. If you look down here, there's a 4-bladed prop one on the ground.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a hint.
Oh, there you go. There's your Easter egg.
Here's your Easter egg for other versions coming down. Look, so it's got a feathered prop and a standard. Look, so we're all good. So perhaps we will see it.
I think we will. I think we will definitely. So
very nice. Okay, next up we've got Ryefield have done a King Tiger. So it looks like we're getting both types of these as well. This is the Henschel turret, and I'm sure we get the Porsche turret with a dent on the side. Is coming out as well. In fact, we know it's coming out because I've seen a picture of it. So, but yeah, so it's got movable torsion bar suspension on it, quick assembly mirror tracks, movable interior set of artillery, and disassembled drive wheels with 4 tyres and teeth plate. So it also comes with a 3 metal barrel with 3D printed muzzle brake for the first batch of pre-sales, apparently. So they might filter through.
They normally do that, to be honest with you, with Ryefield. The first one you normally do get a bit of an upgrade thing. The good thing about this kit is there's a lot of King Tigers out there. Most manufacturers who do armour have got a King Tiger, and it's standard like a Tiger tank and a Sherman and the usual stuff. But it's the price point on it is actually a good price point. Again, you know, people looking to save money, looking for bargains and all that one. I think this is going to be, because it's not a small tank. So,
no, it's a big chunk, yeah.
No, and Ryefield's quite well engineered stuff as well. They're nicely done kits, so the price on it is really reasonable. It's not, you know, it's not gone silly. So it's definitely worth looking at in that respect if you do want to build a King Tiger. So, and again, that's nice. Future release, so it should be out soon.
Yes, yeah. Hopefully we'll see that very, very soon.
So yeah, again, one worth looking for a review.
Last up, we've got the new Paladin.
Yes.
So again, this is Ryefield have done the Paladin. Just about put it in. Again, you know, let's face it, Paladin tank in 135th. We've got options including, I'm just trying to think who did it. Kinetic did a version, didn't they?
Italeri did one.
Italeri did
with
one,
the original who did a Paladin, and they did the one before it, which was like the Vietnam version. I can't think what it was, but
yeah,
I think that is it. Because what chassis is it based on?
I wouldn't know.
No, I wouldn't
not
either.
Up on my armour-esque stuff. So, but yeah, because I built the Paladin and I did the British version, which is what, the AS90, whatever it is.
AS90, which is a Scorpion. Is that like a Scorpion base? Was it?
I don't know. Can't remember. I'm not up on the tanky tracky.
I'm sure people will comment as
people
usual.
Will know about what it's designed on as well.
But again, do you know what? Go on. Sorry.
Go on. I was going to say, with this one, again, they're saying about it's got movable torsion bar suspension system. It's got 3D printed muzzle brake comes with it. You've got all the hatches can be open and closed as well.
Yes. So it's a mobile artillery system, basically, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's one of the, do you know what? I'm not really mainly into modern armour subjects. But I think with that one, because they were obviously used in the Gulf, but they're not quite a bit.
Yes, yeah.
So they would have been used and abused. So I wanted to look around and find some decent pictures. You could, and I don't know, a tank in sand appeals to me for some reason. Sand-coloured tanks, or you could do a lot more with them. I think
you can do a lot with them. Yeah, that's the point.
Nice release.
Yes. You got any more pictures of it? No. But anyway, completely new tool as well. So you got that one coming out. 5129 for your kit number on that one.
So
just a
couple more shout outs before we wrap up, because we've not got these up, but a company called 4Art are doing a couple of ships. So 1350 ships, and when we do the next show, we'll drag some things up. But they are doing from the Falklands conflict, a HMS Sheffield and Coventry.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
So if you're into your boats and your ships, there's going to be Gecko, I think, are doing a new 1/16 Bren gun carrier, which was out. They're doing a Mark II, and an Otter reconnaissance vehicle as well. So lots of stuff coming out, lots of stuff to, keep us busy anyway for the next year, thankfully.
Yes, definitely. As I say, what's really nice is last year I thought was a bit of a damp squid when it came for releases.
Yes.
We had some nice ones in amongst us, don't get us wrong, but this year already we've hit the ground running, because out in a couple of weeks, hopefully, we might see the Jaguar.
This is what I was going to say before we wrap up the Jag. So the next show we do, fingers crossed, we could have the AFX Jag.
Yes.
Or at least it's out and it's on the way. So looking forward to that. Again, not been a long wait from its announcement to us actually getting our mitts on it, which I like.
Always nice, we don't want the long drawn out years, waits of it. It's done and in, so definitely.
So,
good job.
So we've got, like I say, we've got these at PM if anybody wants one, and a few other kits as well, as we normally have in.
Yes.
So be a few more bits added to keep an eye on that, and there you go. We've got it at a decent price as well, and then a few bits and bobs in there. So, like I say, we are carrying kits, but we're not carrying a massive amount, because we're all going to carry with, sundries. So we've had Tamiya in. We've got Tamiya tape back in at the minute. That's come back in because we're out of Tamiya tapes, and we've got paints in. And I've heard a lot of thing about Attacker. People mention about Attacker not being in stock. We've been having real trouble getting it, to be perfectly honest. I was actually looking yesterday, and hopefully within the next reasonable amount of time, we will have a full complement of Attacker back in of the main colours. We are going to compress the Attacker range that we carry to the core range of the common colours, because there is some real obscure stuff that we've probably had since we've had the range in. So we're just going to have a core range of Attackers, and then we'll go from there. But generally all good. Like I say, lots of AK coming in as well. All the time, so real colours and all the other bits and bobs that you can see. So yes,
very nice.
There you go.
Very nice indeed. Good job. Right, okay then, we will leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for joining us today. As I say, we'll be back with you on the third Thursday of every month as well with the PM show. So it'd be great to have you along for that one. So until next time, everybody, happy modelling. Take care. Say goodbye, Matt. We're out of here.
Bye.
Bye.